Perfect. Yeah. Let's get started. How are you and how was your Christmas holidays? Everything is going on.
Yeah, all went well. Me along with my family, we went outside, and just
Okay.
now, half an hour before we came back to the home. So everything is going good. So how
Perfect.
it is
Perfect.
it is for you? Is have you
Yeah, all good.
celebrated?
Yes, all good. So our next batch is going to about to start from this January 3rd for the
Mm-hmm.
MLOps. And again, other trainings are going on parallelly, let's say generative AI. So I do have trainings every day. So every day, I mean, generative AI trainings are happening every 2 hours every day. So obviously,
Mm-hmm.
weekends I do MLOps and other things.
Mm-hmm.
There are products and services that I'm also working on is going on. That's perfect. So we are moving
Okay.
to the next further milestones. And again, I
Mm-hmm.
can see, I mean, the biggest achievements are basically what I could able to see from you folks. And especially Shaurabh is going to be one of an example, one of a motivation I can able to say for the students who are going to opt for a particular program. And first of all, why and how it's going to be really helpful for them. It's going to be a quick validation. That's it. Thank you so much for making your time for 15 minutes. I'm not going to take much time. So let's get started, Shaurav. First, let's try to understand you, right? Obviously, I know that we had a conversation. Let's try to also audience understand. So maybe you can just quickly give a brief of who is Shaurabh, how can we remember Shaurabh as, what's your total years of
Okay.
experience, etc. I would like to ask few questions. Yeah,
Okay,
go.
okay. This year, like it is going to complete, but by this year, I was having approx 11 years of experience, and my
Got it.
relevant experience in data science domain, it was approx 6 to 6.5 years. Before that, I was in a kind of application support guy. So, but at that time also I was working on multiple technology, but it was not up to the date technology. So I started learning AI. Like at that time, AI, machine learning, this was on the boom. So I started learning, and gradually I changed my career toward data science. And
Got it.
since last 6.5 year, I have been working on ML and DL use cases in machine learning. So I worked across different domain, and I worked as a data scientist.
Got
And
it.
yeah, so I was having some good experience with some of my project. I worked with
Mhm.
computer vision, and
Mhm.
there, like, I was not majorly a part of DevOps part, mostly
Mhm.
like change request or any kind of object detection, model building and integration in a Python code. So
Got it.
most of my experience was toward development. And at the same time, I was also seeing there was some opportunity towards MLOps this year, like this couple last 2 3 years. It like generative AI and MLOps. So there was two choice: either go with a Gen AI or go
Got
with
it.
a MLOps. So like it is something like data science plus MLOps or data science plus Gen AI. So
Got it.
and in my last role, I was developing end-to-end solution on top of Azure. And there I was trying to also implement ML, like that was the future goal at that point of time. But
Mhm.
before that, I started learning MLOps. Like first, I attended last year master class where you
Yeah.
taught like how we can build and deploy everything in a
Yeah.
seamless model in an automated manner using AWS cloud. So
Yeah.
I just went through that 3 days job, and it was quite amazing. It really helped me to think like what to do with the model which we do have
Got it.
already. So how
Mm.
to get use or productionize it so that we can generate some revenue. So that
Mm.
idea I liked a lot. Like okay, and that too, that was my first interaction, like how we are going to work with a different component of the cloud. And
Got
it
it.
was great learning, and at the same time I enjoyed it a lot because it was completely a hands-on kind of thing. So where I'm
Yeah.
also doing the stuff, and the clear is instruction from you, like what are all dependency would be there, so that like
Mm.
everything is very clear. Like there is no, like if I'm going to attend those session, I will be making myself ready before that, because you are providing some clear instruction. Okay, this should be criteria, and it's some software or anything needs to be installed, so that needs to be done prior to attend that session.
Correct.
So those clear session, and that too, uh, like that was a part of master class. Post support after joining that master class,
Yeah.
like if something is also like billing related issue or anything, like
Yeah.
you were also helping later on. It's not like only during that time you are helping it, you are also helping after the this session is getting completed, training is getting completed. So that is very good. Like I found, like I'm when I'm pinging you, you are ready to help me out.
Thank you for
But
that.
yeah, at that time I thought, okay, maybe there are a couple of more like a specialization batch that I needs to get enrolled, because
Yeah.
see, I'm working as a data scientist, I know how to build a model.
Got it.
And even when I was building a model, deployment part, or if I'm going through some of the open source tool also, like there are separate team who are taking care of that. So I was zero, like I don't have any idea what are all things they are doing at the back end as a part of DevOps best practices.
Got it.
So I was just learning the things which I do need to learn, or I was not going through how we are going to get it productionized. So even though I was having some basic understanding, okay, we are pushing to GitHub, or we are take like something is running in the backend Jenkins or something, but I was not much into that. But when
Got it.
I started attending your course, that too specialization batch, which has been started, I think February, right?
Yeah.
February
Yeah.
this year only.
Yeah.
So that is like initially, like we were deploying a small model, like we started like that. We and you gradually increase the complexity of the
Exactly.
architecture, like AWS, Azure, GCP, whatever cloud it is going to be. So that understanding, okay, what architecture, even like I told, like I was not much into the cloud, I was getting some intuition that okay, this way we are creating some kind of infrastructure, and there we are supposed to develop a solution, and then we can deploy it. What are all like post deployment thing, what are all challenges. So like learn a lot. Even when you are going through those topic, even I was trying to just google it and try to get more answer. So that helps a lot to get end to end, like because after that I started mentioning in my resume also, because I do have end to end, like from starting data preparation to deployment of the model,
Yeah.
and post model deployment there is something called maintenance of the model. So
Yeah.
where we are doing some kind of monitoring, and
Got it.
we are making sure the model is running at the scale. So those part, like which is like by that way I was able to make it like a full stack kind of thing, where I'm
Got
knowing
it.
every part. And this course is literally a catalyst for me because see, I started for a job change or something, but I was not like getting something, like whatever knowledge I was having before February or January like this year, that was not up to the mark. If I'm seeing the current market, so I thought, okay, I just need something where I can say, okay, I do have end-to-end implementation knowledge. So there your course, like I was in contact with you, like I attended your master class, and in
Yeah.
between I was keep on calling you just to get me update, like I'm getting update, okay, okay, maybe in February we are launching new course, so that I will going to join that course, because I just need that kind of knowledge, so that I will be bit
Got it.
confident. So yeah, it was like a 3 month, or maybe three, nearby 3 months of duration of that
3 months.
particular,
Yeah.
yeah,
3 months. Yeah.
specialization course. I learned a lot. I started updating my resume. I since my end I started appearing for the interview also. So
Got it.
initially it was a challenging, because the organization which I was working for, there is a challenge called not notice period. Like we need to serve
Yeah.
3 months of notice. That
I
is
know
a
that.
bit
Yeah.
some challenges, but yeah, everyone get, like it's kind of continue. You have to go through uh, like that path and attend interview. You will definitely knock some door and you'll get something. So yeah, that is the way I started. I got some two offers, and finally I joined where I'm getting a senior data scientist role itself. It's
Got it.
kind
Got
of
it.
managerial only, but yeah, the role wise it is a senior data scientist where I'm getting a GenAI. So here, why I'm telling this course is a catalyst, because through this course I learned a lot. I was able to explain my project also like
Got it.
end to end, because the interviewer is not just looking in the data science skill. They are either looking for either whether I do have Gen AI or maybe MLOps knowledge, like end to end implementation. So there, like I can relate, and that too, during that time we were also planning to do some kind of MLOps implementation in my project in the company. And with the course understanding, I was able to make it something like Azure function, or how we can leverage those kind of function to deploy the model. So
Got it.
it is a kind of full-fledged things which I learned through the course. And it was very for today's uh, up to the date course, like whatever tools or technology you are teaching during the course, that is up to the mark. Even you touch some different tools and technology like during the last day of that course, which still some of the industry is they are trying to adopt, and they are working on that. So and multiple things were there. And apart from that, how yeah, my strategy was simple: just go through the course, learn everything, make a good note. Like
Got
I
it.
was keep on like using Microsoft Notes, OneNote, to
Got
keep
it.
everything updated in a topic way, so that whenever I do need to revise everything, I will be going through. And whenever you are also teaching, I was keep on making some notes, rough note, and then I am just converting it to real notes after some days. By that way I started learning, and I'm going through the recording video also, just to do hands-on, like repetitive hands-on. So that
Got it.
is, yeah, that hands-on part is really very good, because I haven't seen any courses. Like I attended couple of more courses, but I haven't seen this kind of implementation and this kind of complex architecture which you have been
Got it.
implemented during the project, like on top of AWS, where we do have
Got it.
two different repository, build and deploy.
Repository. Yeah.
So those kind of real use case, and that kind of production grade solution which you showcase to us, like that was very good, makes my understanding very good. Like I'm doing
Got it.
some real time implementation. It's
Got it.
kind of
Got it.
and sometime I was also asking ChatGPT, okay, these are the structure. Anything else is needed for the better of the project? They are saying this is completely production grade
Yeah.
implementation of the application.
Got
So
it.
like everywhere I'm getting very I tried, because Copilot or something that I'm using. So from there I got to know, like, this is more than enough to appear for the interview, get the interview cracked, and join some organization. Yeah, right now I'm going to work on GenAI or something. But again, you taught me AWS. Now I am going to work on AWS. So I
Got it.
have bit confidence with me that okay, I because everything I have to do on top of AWS. I know code
Got it.
pipeline, code build,
Yeah.
deploy,
Yeah.
Fargate. So multiple component I am now aware. So I am bit confident. Okay, if I have to implement something on top of AWS GenAI project,
Perfect.
then I can do that. So
Got it. That's
really,
perfect.
this course is a catalyst. Provided me opportunity to again regain my confidence. And I highly recommend, even for the experience of 12, 13, 14, 15 years,
Exactly.
like if they are lost, okay, what to do? I learned, I'm doing some data science. Just try to add this course, so that you will get some uh, you are going to add some uh, extra things, which is very people in the market, they are looking for this kind of knowledge.
Exactly. So that's perfect. I believe like most of the questions I thought, okay, I would like to ask You just provided an answer one by one by one by one.
Oh,
So that's actually awesome, because the first thing I because most of the folks when they're taking a program, because it's a 3 months and 100 hours of program,
mhm,
solidly, if let's say we are talking about 3 months, like we need to sit for 4 hours. Usually people say that
mm,
okay, it's going to be hard for sitting for 4 hours, but obviously that is something that I just want to ask, because most of them, they felt that okay, we will be just listening to theory, something like that. So probably you did evaluated that in terms of an hands-on, because even I say, see, almost most of the time that you're going to spend on a program, we will be busy building hands-on projects, right? So I believe, like, I just want to understand, let's say, how did you enjoy it during the session? I mean, the hands-on. I mean, when I explaining something, do you get to used to sleep, or like, okay, you enjoy doing a
mm.
hands-on? What did you
Yeah.
felt in that?
See, you are giving a 15 minutes break also in between.
Yeah,
That is, yeah. See, initially 4 hours, anyone thinks 4 hours is going to be huge. Like 2 hours is going to be sufficient, but 4 hour, how we are going, whether that is more than like whatever I can consume, like whether I will be getting all the things which has been taught in those 4 hour, or because 4 hour is stretch is very much, na.
yeah,
So but the way like you are parallelly covering the topics theory part, and then immediately move after covering those theory, you are moving to hands on. And hands on is something which never makes anyone to sleep.
exactly,
Because
exactly.
hands on keep us busy, like doing, okay, this services, okay, what is this new thing. Like for me it was completely new, because I know data science. I don't
Correct.
know. Data science component was there, like, but most of the architecture or something which is completely new for me, and I was
Exactly.
completely enjoying those 4 hours. And even when I was going for that 15-minute breaks, I one of my eye is on the laptop, okay, whether the
Yeah.
timer is going to complete or not. So I completely enjoyed the course. And even after post completion of those 4 hours, there is doubt, I'm just spending half an hour to 45 minutes just to wrap up everything which you taught on that day, so
Correct.
that I will be having good understanding, and later on I can in weekdays also I can work through that, and I will get the, because you are also giving us some half an hour to 1 hour after the completion of that
Yeah.
4 hours. So I was also most of time I will be there till the I'm
Yeah.
getting some other issues also, like if people
Yeah.
are facing and if they are asking some new question, then
New questions.
uh,
Yeah.
so that was very good. I'm not feeling like it was completely. I enjoyed that 4 hours every day. I was waiting for Saturday, Sunday. I just
Wow.
stopped all my XYZ work during
Correct.
those tenure, like 3 months. I just spoke to everyone that I will not be available in
Correct.
evening
Correct.
time.
Perfect. That's good. I'm really happy for that word that you mentioned. You're waiting for Saturdays and Sundays. That's really awesome. I mean, I never said, no one said it for me, but it's really convincing for me. Thank you so much for that. Okay, so I would like to ask one more thing here. So because, and you did evaluated that, because you are the one of a proper example of, because there are folks coming from various different background, especially who has more experience, as you said, like 11 or
Mhm.
15, because you clearly said okay, this program is going to really help. So that's a pretty much good part, because that's what exactly I want to demonstrate, because people's come from different backgrounds. So let's say you're coming from data science background, now you can able to handle the operation part of an AI. People's are on the cloud, but they might be not on top of operation side focusing on ML. So this programs does really helps them. Thank you for also evaluating that. But finally, I would like to understand, because when I discussed in a phone call before this call, so you said like you got placed in two companies. One is Cognizant. You selected as a senior data scientist. I probably, let's say what you said, let's say like a manager kind of a role. And if I'm not wrong, in Tredence, you placed as an MLOps manager role, correct? If I'm not
Mhm.
wrong, and you opted for obviously Cognizant. Obviously, is something that you like for in terms of an
Mhm.
icon, etc. I got it. But you could able to crack two different positions, one for senior data scientist, one for MLOps manager role as well. See, I
Mhm.
would like to just simply understand, so how does this interview process actually look like? Maybe let's start from the Tredence. So how many rounds you had? So what they asked in first round, or second round? If you had 2 rounds, or 3 rounds, 4 rounds, you can just give a quick brief. That will give a quick idea. Yeah.
So both organization was having 3 rounds,
Three
including
rounds.
HR,
Mm.
including HR. So mostly in for MLOps role, most of the question was it was not like for MLOps role. There were no coding things I
Got
need
it.
to perform, but they were asking me like concept, whether I implemented those kind of scenario, whatever architecture I am telling to them.
Yeah.
So they are trying to dig deeper onto those deep dive, and trying to understand, okay, what are, like if I'm saying, okay, if I have some different pipeline in data, for one
Mm.
for data ingestion, data model training, deployment pipeline. So and there was one more pipeline for infrastructure
Yeah.
deployment, and just going through that. So okay, deployment, okay, after deployment, whether you, what are all things that you are needs to notice, like post deployment challenges, or what are all tasks is required as a MLOps once everything is done, like is there any involvement of MLOps engineer after that. So yeah, that was something, theoretical knowledge plus real time implementation of
Yeah.
those architecture, then what are all different component you have implemented, and how what are all services, or maybe like we use GitHub Action, we use
Got it.
Azure DevOps also. On
DevOps.
AWS side, we use code pipeline and all that
Yeah.
to just to work with in a CI/CD manner. So
Yeah.
yeah, I was having better intuition and I was able to answer those questions. But yeah, it was for MLOps also. It is going to be like 3 round, L1, L2, and HR
Mm-hmm.
round. For data science role also, it was a three
Mm-hmm.
round.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
there, here completely theoretical end-to-end pipeline understanding, what are the, all
Mm-hmm.
cloud I work with. So everything they were wanted to know, and how many
Mm-hmm.
years of experience in MLOps. Like mostly
Okay.
I'm saying like, okay, I've started last 1.5 years, because
Mm-hmm.
I need to showcase, okay, I do have some experience. So I
Got it.
started working on Azure like 3 years back, but yeah, most of the role things I understood through this course. At that time also, even I started, I was using some notebook and all
Yeah.
just to get my implementation done on the Azure. So that is a part of MLOps. But when I'm coming to a data science role, like there was again 3 rounds. First one is completely coding, like how I can code in
Mm.
Python. So they are giving me some 2 or 3 Python question. They are evaluating my the way I'm making a logic, or whether I'm getting expected output or not. So I was able to solve 2 questions. And apart from that, yeah, at that point of time, I was having some sort of experience on implementing something end to end,
Got
but
it.
I was not experienced on Gen AI project. So
Okay.
Gen
Got
AI
it.
was
Okay.
also a thing. Like at least two thing is there: either you have implemented project end to end, or do you have any exposure to
Mm.
Gen AI. So Gen AI was zero at that time,
Got
but
it.
end-to-end implementation and how to answer those questions. So I was like aware of each and everything through the course. And later on down the line, even I started with the help of
Mm-hmm.
solution architect in my company. I was trying to understand, like, okay, we are doing this thing. Okay, I was able to relate also, like
Got it.
whatever implemented. So I was explaining end to end plus whatever Python plus data science question, like theoretical question related
Got
to
it.
data science. That is L1. L2 is again full, like they started with some of the Gen AI things.
Mm.
I told
Mm.
mostly my project is done on top of machine learning and MLOps implementation of
Got it.
machine learning project. So they moved towards, okay, machine learning, then they went to deep learning, concepts of deep learnings.
Got it.
And they also provided one of the scenario, like just to get my intuition, okay, if there is any Gen AI implementation with some of the
Ah.
documents, so what is going to be your approach. So I just
Mm.
told them, okay, I'm going to do all these things.
Mm-hmm.
uh, if there would be a traditional LLP, then these are the scenario which I'm going to implement. If it is Gen AI, I need to uh, like I did some internal training, but I was not
Mhm.
completely hands-on, or hands-on thing was also not there in Gen AI.
Got it.
So I just try to straightforward, like, okay, I did this thing, I can do
Mhm.
that with the traditional LLP. Gen AI, I need to recollect, not recollect, I need, because I haven't like real-time exposure, but they agree upon that. There was no
Mhm.
issues. Like even there is less knowledge on Gen AI. But yeah, ML, DL, whatever code they wanted to write, I am showcased output exact way they were looking for. So I was able to answer those things. HR round in MLOps role, it was not that much. Like they just wanted to know whether you are okay with the role, or
Got it. Mhm.
any issues or anything you are thinking. I told, like, no issues, I am okay with the role. I'm aware, I spoken with the senior person in MLOps
Mhm.
role also, but yeah, I'm aware of the most of the thing. If I'm coming to data science, HR, their HR was, yeah, it was quite normal. Like it's
Got
not
it.
like they are evaluating me. Like it
Mhm.
was almost confirmed kind of thing. But yeah, that was a part of a process. So they asked me couple of questions. It was straightforward, so no issues with
Got
that.
it. Got it. Got it. Okay, I just do have last two questions because you said that you previously used to work with Azure. Then right now in a current organization, you said like you're working more on AWS. So what's your view on? Because I say okay, so we provide 360-degree view of MLOps. So I
Hmm.
mean, so you know that our curriculum has AWS, Azure, GCP. Not just that, limited to that. Let's say also open source tools. Let's say we're talking about Jenkins. It can be in a module number 15, or let's say other tools like MLflow, Kubeflow, such kind of a tools. So, what did you felt about this particular curriculum? So basically, let's say right now, you previously used to work with Azure, now you're working with AWS. Yeah,
See, curriculum, I would say it's more than enough, because
got it.
yeah, because you are covering Kubeflow, like you are also that ML flow part, different clouds. So we are getting more, and you are covering this feature store. Most
Yeah,
of the company, like they like the company where they are working completely on MLOps platform only. They are trying to create some kind of feature store for their client. But all these things, like it is something which is more than enough. Like more, you taught everything, because we are getting, okay, whatever interviewer is asking on top of MLOps, we almost learn everything. Okay,
got it.
the only thing is that how we are going to tackle that question during the interview, because we know somehow we worked with those technology. Because see, most of the companies not going for the cube flow. Okay, some of the companies asking for the cube flow at that time, because cube flow is also a part of your syllabus. So I have understanding, okay, Kubeflow, we have a container for each component, and we are executing all the code within each container. And it would be loosely coupled kind of thing, because it is not it can be used for microservices
Yeah,
architecture. So even this kind of answer, if they are listening, someone know that, okay, I do have knowledge on Kubeflow. So I would say this 360 view on the each and everything. Like, see, again, DevOps, the lots of tools are there, and
yeah,
it's difficult to cover all the tools, but you covered almost whatever is required in the industry
exactly.
for the real time use case.
Got it.
Something I heard new in your course, which I thought, okay, these are the also like tools that needs. But when I started applying for the job, I was also seeing, okay, this kind of tool is also like they are working with all these tools, some of the organization.
Got it. Got it.
So
That's perfect.
I completely, like, it was more than enough. And gradually, like even now, I'm going through some of the recordings. Like whenever it is required, I have everything, so that
Got it.
okay, I don't want to like whatever I learned through your course, I don't want to get it forgot. And again, because see, right now I do have a requirement for AWS. So right now I'm going to AWS, how to build up architecture, and I'm trying to implement something right now again in AWS, so that
Got it.
I will be little more confident when I will be project wise. going to start from January itself.
Got
Okay,
it.
so
Got it.
I will be more confident on that. But it's
Perfect.
completely include everything, whatever is needed to get a
Got it.
job in the market in current
Perfect.
scenario.
That's good. That's good. Happy for that. And I would like to ask one question. It's a common question for everyone. So obviously here, so like, I mean, this is optional for you. Like people's, if you want to reveal your salary, yes, you can. Otherwise, yes, you can. No one does it, but I understand that. But you can just talk about, let's say, what is the hike that you got in both, let's say in Tredence or maybe in Cognizant. So maybe, yeah, you can reveal that.
See, market is too competitive right now.
Yeah.
Okay, and that too, I told you initially I was having some 3 months notice period. So initially
Yeah.
my hike was very minimum, like it was 25 to 13
Got it.
between that percent. But the another company, they offered me approx 60%.
Okay.
And since it was MLOps and here Gen AI, so I just tried to check with the old organization and they
Got
agreed
it.
to get it matched. So almost from my current salary, it is a 60%
That's
hike.
good. That's good. I mean, I guess that's a pretty much a good number for the experienced person, someone who can able to work in a managerial position. That's
Mhm.
awesome. That's really great, and I believe you're going to be a great inspiration, also for me as well as for our students as well. Inspiration for me, talking about making my session more better because really I'm never going to forget about what you mentioned. Okay, you keep on waiting for Saturdays and Sundays. Actually, that really I mean helped me a lot. Thank you so much, Shaurabh. That's it, pretty much. And obviously, let's say you're started exploring on top of generative AI. Obviously, like as Bill Gates says, AI is the only technology that has no limits. So we will see different technologies and tools. AI is going to take different turns. Obviously, we
Mhm.
are in a right position, you and me, and someone who's going to get into the AI. So please feel free to just ping me anytime. Maybe if you want some brainstorming or
Sure.
call, new ideas to be discussed. Even I could also learn some new things. So thank you so much for your time. Maybe I believe it's more than 15 minutes, I believe.
It's
Thank you so
okay.
much. Please enjoy your holiday. Feel free to bug me anytime, Shaurabh. I'm your person.
Yeah,
So yeah,
definitely. I would like when you are going to have some fast track session like
sure. Yeah,
master
yeah.
class only on top of AWS as of now. So I
Got
will
it.
be
Got it.
pinging you just to get you know
Sure,
when
sure,
you
sure.
are going
Definitely,
to start
because yeah,
this.
you already mentioned that we had this generative AI masterclass short duration. We are planning to bring back. Definitely, you'll get notified on that,
Sure.
Shaurabh. So thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Please enjoy your holiday. Yeah, bye.
Thank you. Thank you, Sarath. Same to
Bye.
you. You
Bye.
too. Bye.